Shalom, shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashim Kakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS, that rule and teach world and scripture, salutation to Akim, and are doing this work in truth and faith and in all sincerity. Today's lesson is basically going to be about, the vengeance of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. Okay, the vengeance of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. First, to his people. Okay, you rebellious Israelites out there, and also to the rest of the heathen. And so Israel shall be judged first. Okay. So like I can give you one moment.
It's all about upgrades, updates, fixes. All part of the projects you work on. But what about the most important project of all? You. Are you in the right version of your tech career? Or is it time to take your skills and job satisfaction to another level?
Okay, this is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. Salakia for the ass. This is one moment, Aki. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. One moment. First Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first began at us, what should the end be of them that not obey not the gospel? Now, what you see on the screen is Brother Polight. I mean, he's not really a brother, but that's what he's calling himself. Brother Polight is shooting up the Bible. And, this sent chills down my spine and actually ruffled my feathers, especially to see, a so-called Negro, which are the Israelites according to the Bible, shoot up the Bible. And so I'll play this, come with the commentary, and Lord willing, a few scriptures later.
Don't stop till the Bible's destroyed.
This is not the only offense that this man has committed against the Most High, okay? And so, everything else can be forgiven except blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. Okay? And so, I guess case in point is you basically telling the people that the Most High don't exist by your actions, which is blasphemy of the Holy Spirit in my eyes. and I speak as a man, but this is what I believe.
Hold on, can't see the rest of the sentence. Too much fucking holes in it. Look at that shit. That's right. Now it's a holy Bible.
Let me back that up so you can listen to
That's right. Now it's a holy Bible. That's right. Look at that shit. That's right. Now it's a holy Bible. That's right. Clearly the holy Bible right now. Act like y'all never seen this before. We saw this February 8th. It's just gonna be worse. It's gonna be worse. Look what we did. The Bible or the bullet.
And he's boasting about going against the Most High. And look where he's at now. Here, let's check this out. Here, this is breaking news.
Hey, business leaders, CEOs, executives, if you're running a business, whether you're making 200.
Alright, so Brother Polight had his court day today in court, and the judge actually just read the verdict. And let me tell you, it's pretty shocking. I'm going to play the video from court, then I'll be back with my commentary.
And then we will go into the details on the contract. Go ahead.
Your Honor, the plea agreement includes an adjudication, 7 years of state prison, followed by 10 years of reporting probation.
You heard that? 7 years of state prison. I don't know if he's going to do all the time, but this is what he's being charged with. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is not to be mocked. Okay? Yeah. As a matter of fact, okay, this is Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. And it reads, "Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." So what does that mean? Okay, if you sow wickedness, you receive wickedness. Point blank period. I mean, there's no other way to get around it. If you sow wickedness, you reap wickedness. If you sow discord, you're going to receive discord. So, with that being said, knowing what he's been accused of, I guess, having relations, we'll leave it at that, with the lady he was dealing with and her daughter. And, he was accused of drugging her up, so to speak. So with that being said, the Most High is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Okay? And you have to understand, he's threatened. He's threatened us, starting with the apostles, about getting Bloods and the Crips. And I remember this as well. Getting the Bloods and the Crips after GMS. That's not a good look to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Especially when you got men out here sacrificing their lives, okay, both directly and indirectly, are sacrificing their lives for this truth and to make sure to give the message out to the sheep. Everything's being sacrificed. Whether we like it or not, things are being sacrificed on levels you could not imagine. Some sacrifices are stronger than others. Okay, but it's still a sacrifice nevertheless. And Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not to be played with. And this is what this man has sown. And so this is what he's going to reap. And everybody know they don't like pedophiles. Okay? None of the prison systems like pedophiles. So you imagine, if this is not a setup from the elite, you can imagine what's going to happen to this man. Okay? That's not the only atrocity that he's done. He's also swindled people out of their money. He's just a tyrant all across the board. He's a tyrant. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is not playing. He's gonna pay for what he's done. To the men of the Lord, to Yahweh, so on and so forth. Alright, so let's let this play.
Probation. As a condition of probation, the defendant will...
Would you say 10 years probation?
10 years reporting probation. Okay. The defendant will complete the MDSO program. The defendant will not be allowed to have unsupervised contact with children. The defendant will have specific terms regarding where he may work and the ability to wear a uniform. There are additional terms of restitution, of which $5,000 has been agreed to be paid upfront within 24 hours, mailed to the to the victim, and additional restitution to be paid out on a monthly basis once he is out of custody. And that monthly amount is highlighted in the written terms of the plea agreement. Additionally, there will be a stay-away order from victim TS and her mother, which is also mentioned in the plea agreement.
What is the total amount of the restitution?
The total amount of restitution is $25,000.
Okay. All right.
Your Honor, the defendant's counsel going to be providing probation with the proof of the
That's a nice little bit of change.
Yes, Your Honor.
$25,000.
Okay. All right. Okay, so Mr. Nowak, the terms of the plea agreement are as what the prosecutor just stated, that you are going to be entering a plea of guilty to the 2 counts of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of deliberate contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You will be adjudicated guilty, which is a criminal conviction on your record. Do you also understand, sir, that by entering into this plea that it may subject you to involuntary civil commitment proceedings set forth in Florida statutes 394.910 through 394.931. Do you understand everything that I've said thus far?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to also advise you, sir, that you are going to be sentenced to 7 years in state prison, to be followed by 10 years of reporting probation.
Oh, wow.
In addition to any of these special conditions of probation, you will also participate in and successfully complete a mentally disordered sex offender treatment program, that you are also not eligible.
In the system now.
Okay, you may, according to the state, you may be eligible for early termination if all of the conditions of your probation have been completed, that you have had no violations of your probation, and that you have not been arrested for any other criminal offense. Is that correct, State?
And to clarify, the terms stated in 5 is there is no prohibition on early termination. However, there is a requirement that any modification to this agreement be agreed by the state and the court.
Okay. All right, sir. Now, with respect to this plea agreement, I have on each page next to defendant's initials MN. Did you in fact affix those initials to each page?
I did.
And have you reviewed each and every component of this plea agreement, going through page 1 and through page 4?
I have.
Now it says on page 4, having read the above mentioned terms of this plea agreement and having been advised by my counsel, David Terrace, I, Michael Noak, freely and voluntarily enter into this plea agreement and agree to abide by all terms and conditions of this plea agreement, and agree that failure to comply with any terms or conditions within this agreement constitutes a violation of probation and subjects me to be sentenced to the statutory maximum penalties provided by law for the crimes for which I am now pleading guilty. And then it has a signature over the name Michael Noack. Is that in fact your signature, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I am now going to place my signature on this plea agreement, in that I am now going to be ratifying this plea agreement as negotiated between the state of Florida and your attorney. Has anybody, including your...
So there you have it. Brother Polight sentenced to 7 years in prison plus 10 years of supervised release afterwards. I'm gonna dig in deeper later into this, but it's crazy. That's crazy. You guys already know, the case and all that, but I'll dig into it later. Also, you can check our website, hiphopun.com. We'll have some more updates, but stay tuned for my commentary on this later. I just wanted to get this video out. I gotta do an interview right now, but I wanted to give...
I ended off here. This is Proverbs chapter 11, verse 21. No hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Okay, and with all the slander that this guy right here has done, with all the slander and wickedness that he's committed, now there's a penalty to pay for the offenses that he's committed against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Alright? And so with that, I ended there giving all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Kadash, the honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS that rule and teach well in scripture. Salutations to the occupant of the known as work of truth and faith in all sincerity. Shalom.